What is your what do you hope this book activates? We've got 30 something days till this election, but I think what you're outlining here is the election will be one symptom of the condition in which we're living. And I think what you're trying to speak to is something where the election's important, but it's bigger than that day. What do you hope shifts because of this?
Well, I think humanity itself to survive needs what Jesus called a metanoia, a change of consciousness and a change of heart and a different way of seeing the world. That's what he brought to the first century. And it upset, obviously, the powers of the time. That's why they crucified him. And that's why they crucified and attacked his followers in the first century, too. So he didn't say it would be easy, but I think that humanity has to move to a new level of evolution. I think that's what Jesus was teaching, but so was the Buddha, so was Isaiah, so was Muhammad, and so was White Buffalo Woman, that we're capable of rendering all our relations sacred. And that's a new thrust, a new chapter in humanity. And if we can't do this, if we cannot recognize Earth itself as sacred, um, and we just use it for our purposes, well, it's obvious what happens. All these hurricanes and everything that's happened in North Carolina and everything just this week is part of that denial. And as you said early in our conversation, truth comes first, not denial. And but we're capable of this. This is the good news that our spiritual traditions tell us that humanity is capable of surviving. Now, one meditation I do frequently is a meditation on all our cousins, such as the Neanderthal and the denizens and all these. We've counted 14 of them now, I think, who have gone out of business, who are extinct. We are the last hominid standing. And it's not guaranteed that we're not going to go out of business, that we're not going to go extinct. We are getting there on our current path. And of course, the wars and the threatening of nuclear. I mean, we have these wars going on in Sudan, in Ukraine, in Palestine, Israel, Gaza, and now Lebanon. Um, War and the threat of war is our reptilian brain over indulging itself. And I think that all these great spiritual movements and teachers were trying to tell us, hey, we have this other brain, the mammal brain, which is about compassion. That's Hildegard's painting there, compassion, putting your heart to assisting others. This is happening in response to the hurricane in North Carolina, for example. We have that capacity. But humanity has to move from war against one another and war against Mother Earth to um, taking that energy, that power, that science, that technology, that money that we're putting into war into taking on the results of our war against Mother Earth, taking on our common struggle to survive as a species. So rendering the planet a healthy place again and a beautiful place. Can't that combine all human nations and ideologies and religions and non-religions, our common survival? You would think it could, because most species want to survive. And we can act with such folly, such foolishness, that it's literally suicide. And that's the path we're on right now. And I want to see that shift. And I think this crisis we're in American democracy and in many other levels of human activity, I think we have to reinvent education, politics, economics, and religion. And that's what I want to see happen in a nonviolent way. And another dimension to healing the human condition is, of course, ritual or ceremony. And now the Christian tradition has some amazing archetypes around its liturgy, around the Eucharist or the Last Supper. But I've been working for decades now trying to reinvigorate that by bringing the body in and dance and turning it from being finding your prayer on a page to bringing the prayer from our common hearts out. And I've seen tremendous response to that from all kinds of people, including atheists who have been awakened by undergoing these cosmic masses. So, and all the traditions have ritual, but ritual has to be reinvented because it too, like the archetype of evil of the Antichrist, ritual is a shortcut. It's not about sitting in class for 6 years and getting some degree after your name. No, ritual can grab you on the spot and in a healthy context of community. And as Belladonna Stone says, there is no community without ritual. So if we're trying to build community again as a species, then it can't be done without ritual. And ritual can be fun, and it brings in all the arts and all the potential for beauty and for inner work, such as grieving together, which is a big part of every one of our cosmic masses. We have to do common grief together as a species because we're all losing so much. And at one level of our being, we know it. But this is where ritual should be invited in to heal and to bring forth that light that we're talking about.
Well, it's an extraordinary book that you've offered, and I thank you for the conversation.
I thank you.